Welcome to FitFarm, a show dedicated to creating a better life through fitness and the grappling arts. I'm Joseph Aronson.
I'm Jackie Baker. It's time to get jacked.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Today I have a longtime friend of mine, Shawn Williams, with me. Shawn, how you doing today?
Good, Joe. How are you?
Doing well, man. A little cold, right?
Little bit.
Yeah.
Little cold.
Yeah. Do you actually run out in this stuff in the cold, or are you? Yep.
I do.
Matter what.
I don't have a choice.
Okay. By the way, Shawn is actually. Are you currently training for the trials, even though they're 2 years away? I mean, is it pretty much that long of a thing, right? I mean, it's pretty serious.
It's one of those things that turns into a lifestyle.
Yeah.
No matter how far away the goal is.
Yeah. So it's like an 800 meter, right? So
800.
Basically, people that don't know measurements, that's a half mile.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, that's a lot of running, and you're doing it all year round, every day, I imagine, training too, right? For that.
Yeah, there are days where it's the other, like I think it was last Wednesday when we had the ice and all that rainy shit. I just packed it in, didn't run, but yeah, every day if you can, and it's a grind, but the goal isn't big enough. If the goal isn't scary, it's not big enough.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, I guess we can kind of start off just with an introduction to you. I mean, I guess I jumped the gun a little with the Olympic, training thing, but I found that very interesting. So if we back it up, are you originally from the area here?
I am.
Rockford?
I've been in Rockford for almost all my life. I was born in Minnesota, but I don't consider myself Minnesotan, other than still got the accent.
Sure.
But I moved here when I was like 2.
Okay, you got the birth certificate and the accent.
That's
right?
it. Yep.
That's all that came with you.
And the family's in Minnesota too. But yep, I've been here. Lived in Indiana for a little bit a couple years ago. Lived in Chicago, but I'm back.
Nice. Welcome back, dude. Thanks for coming back.
Totally.
What? How does Chicago, just the grind there, everyday life, not so much fitness and all this, how does that compare to the Rockford area? Is it a lot harder, a lot more hustle, grind?
Yeah, it was actually pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I rode my bike to work every day. I lived in Logan Square, which is a couple miles off of downtown, and I worked downtown, so I would, I'd ride my bike every day to work just because it was like the driving was such a pain in the ass that I wanted to avoid that.
Yeah, it was faster probably to ride your bike too? Or?
It was. I get there, it was a 7-mile ride. I got there in like 23, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of, but driving would have been like 50. So I just, I was riding my bike every day, like in the winter. There's nothing more brutal than Chicago winter on a bike.
Oh, man.
So
I can imagine, dude.
It was tough. But, Rockford is way better. I love it way more than Chicago. But, Chicago is a beautiful city. I don't want to live there anymore.
Yeah, it's
obviously.
Like, it's fun to visit, right?
Totally.
And that's about it. As long as you don't have an itinerary that you're trying to make, nail on time, because everywhere you're going,
takes forever.
It
takes 50 minutes to get anywhere, and it wore me down.
Yeah.
The lake was beautiful, the river was beautiful, but damn, everything was an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything. So it wasn't worth it.
Did you go to Navy Pier a lot down there?
No way.
No, yeah.
Oh my God.
The crowds, right?
No. Anywhere that was like a tourist attraction.
Stay away.
Stay away. Just absolutely.
That's funny. Even just take the detour on your bike. Even I'm not going anywhere near there, dude.
No
I'm
way.
good. Some little kid throw a stick in your spoke or something. I don't know.
Actually, I got hit 4 times
by cars.
No. In the year and a half I lived there, and I ran into a pedestrian. So
oh my goodness.
The last one I got just blasted, and I went like Superman right into the intersection.
Oh,
I thought I was dead.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like the stuff you see in the movies.
Exactly.
Just up on the hood, on the windshield.
Flew right over the car. The lady she was so mortified. But I got up. I'm like, ma'am, I'm okay. I'm a little bruised, but I'm okay. We're fine.
Oh.
Everybody's like, you need to go to the hospital. I'm like, I gotta
get to work, right? Yeah. Hey, these bills aren't paying themselves. I still gotta go. Oh, that's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, man, it was pretty good. But yeah, Rockford is the best city I've lived in, and it's obviously cool enough because it pulled me away from Chicago. It's the best decision I made. I moved back in July. So
2017? Last year?
So
oh, nice.
Pretty recent.
Wow, okay.
Love this place, though.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice. So, starting back to like your early life, not so early like Minnesota early, but Where did you kind of get started into the fitness world? Like I know now obviously you're into running, but I mean, at what age did you incorporate any kind of exercise? Besides school, obviously gym class.
Yeah, it was really gym class, and that's when I learned that's when I learned that I was fast.
Yeah.
It's just, and you're not thinking like, man, I'm the fastest kid. It's just like, wow, running fast is awesome. There was no competition. I wasn't thinking like, man, I got to train for this. I was like 8.
Right. Right.
That crap doesn't matter when you're that young. You just want to go fast.
Yep.
And that, you just keep going through life. In middle school, you're not really doing anything. And then high school came. I raced a friend of mine after like a rec night or something.
Yeah.
Just I was in like party clothes, and I'm running. And my other friend's like, Shawn, you should really join the track team. I was like, wow, I didn't think of that. And that was freshman year, and then that kind of started it.
Okay. So. Yeah. So freshman year is kind of when you started taking it as a sport more than
absolutely.
Yeah,
and less of just like, wow, this is fun running fast. Like, no, this is fun running fast, but it's also fun.
It's competition now. Yeah, just
totally.
So did you incorporate any kind of resistance training or weight training in with that, or was it all just aerobic?
It was just running.
Running,
yep. I was a sprinter, so when you're young,
okay,
you have, you're not really thinking about training. You're just like, I can run fast, and that's it. I want to run fast. And the coaches, I went to Guilford, and I had some great coaches, but we did not go to the weight room.
No.
Ever. I was maybe 120 pounds, running 100 meters, 200 meters.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any muscle definition.
Oh, okay.
But I was fast, so it was just, you just run fast. That's about it.
Right.
As a kid. Right.
But
no resistance training until I started training on my own a few years ago.
Okay. I think I saw you at the Y a few years back. So, and you were, I imagine you were doing some resistance training then, obviously.
And I can't imagine running without doing that, because I'm still technically a sprinter. I've got the sprinter body, but I'm up to the 800 meters, which is 60% aerobic, 40% anaerobic.
Yeah.
So you still need some muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're still gonna need that.
Well, you need injury resistance too, and it's.
Yeah. That's so. You used to do like 100 meter or 200 meter. Now, what made you want to change your mind to do the 800? I mean, that's like a totally different ballgame, right?
Totally. In high school, I was kind of the all-around guy. I did the 4x1, the 4x2, the 100, the 200, the 4x4, the 400, and I did the 800 on the 3200 relay, where each guy runs half mile or whatever. And I was actually pretty okay at it. Like, I'd never trained for the 800. My coach was like, "Hey, you're doing the 32 relay." I'm just like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Exactly. I was like, I didn't have a choice, but I was still kind of scared, and I actually turned out to be pretty okay.
Nice.
And so I think I've got pretty good aerobic capacity. I'm not a bulky guy, maybe 160 now, but
You're taller too. What, 5'10",
5'11"?
Yeah.
So I mean, I've got some mass to me, but I'm definitely not a sprinter. Like, I don't have a sprinter body.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like the 100, 200 is just outside of my comfort zone. I'm more of a 400, 800 guy.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I mean, and that's the thing. It might take some time to find your place in it, right? And now that you're locked in, this is what you're going to be doing. I mean,
this is what I'm built for. And there's this quote that said, "The 800, you don't pick the 800, the 800 picks you," which is kind of true.
Yeah, you didn't start at that for sure.
No. And it just kind of evolved. I ran the marathon a few years ago. Did an okay marathon, and that's when I kind of learned, like, okay, I've got some aerobic capacity here.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in between marathon and sprint,
Yeah,
right?
so what's the middle? 800. Actually, which is a pretty, not scientifically proven, like 800 is the middle of that, but it is really close. Like I said, it's almost 50-50 between anaerobic and aerobic. So I was like, well, shit, why don't we combine everything? Yeah, let's just make it even harder, right? I don't need to make one thing good. I'll just make both, right? It's just awful.
Good thinking.
And it actually, kind of a secret, I haven't run an 800 since high school.
Wow.
Currently.
And what year did you graduate?
2003.
Yeah, so okay. It would be.
How about that? Yeah, and I'm training for the Olympic trials. So
that's funny.
I've had some heavy ups and downs in the running. So I've gotten injured at some awesome points in the season that prevented me from racing. But like I said, I haven't done one since, and I'm not scared. I'm ready.
Man.
So I just got to go for it.
No, that's
14
cool.
14 years.
Yeah. Now that you're thinking about it, you're like,
years,
man.
Technically.
Yeah, it's 18 now. Yeah. Does that make it?
Yep.
Does that put any more stress on you?
Not thinking about it at all. No, it's fine.
No, I haven't been thinking about it at all. Obviously, for 15 years.
Oh boy.
That's funny. So, what inspired you to do that? To just want to say, hey, I'm gonna go to the 2020 trials. That's it, man. And where are they?
They're gonna be the trials are in Mount Sac, California.
Okay, that'll be fun.
I can't remember what SAC stands for. It's like San Antonio, whatever. But the Olympics are in Tokyo, which I can't even imagine going to. I want to go to Japan as it is, but to like make it.
Imagine? Yeah.
Oh my god. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Try these on. See how you sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got So you're going to California for the trials. Now, is there an altitude difference too? Do you know? Or
I'm not really sure.
Just something to think about too, right?
That would be a huge, not so much deterrent. I'm not deterrent's totally the wrong word, but that's like, can you imagine like you trained at sea level, your whole life, and then you do this huge race, the race that you've been like building forever, and it's like above sea level, and you're just like,
you can't even breathe. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah,
it's a fun road.
Yep, and I don't think like they have those masks. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah.
I don't really think they all they do is make it hard to breathe. Really, It's not. I don't think it's the same sensation as actually being at that altitude. So people
mimics some of it.
Yeah, it mimics because it's harder to get that oxygen like it would be at that altitude, but still nothing compares to actually going out there and doing it. So that's something too. You might have to leave a month early to adapt to if it is different.
Absolutely, a little bit of acclimation or something, and that. Man, I've thought about that, but I keep forgetting about it. So I should probably write that down, which I'm actually going to do right now.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing about our bodies is they're so good at adapting. But I mean, something like that might take a couple weeks, obviously.
Totally.
But that's what they're built for, man. They're going to adapt to this, that, whatever you throw at them. I mean, that's why people, that are heavy for such a long time can drop 60 pounds right away because you just one small lifestyle change, your body's adapting and
Real quick.
Yep. So that's just something to think about too. So yeah. It's okay, dude. Right? I mean, it's tough. I imagine if you were in the mountains or something, that'd be a nightmare. But
boy, yeah. I don't think the elevation would be too high there.
No.
Even a little bit though, because I've been training in the Midwest for
years now.
Yeah, like I don't even know how many years. And so my body is used to the amount of oxygen I have here.
Yep.
And you starve it even just a tiny bit. Imagine what that would do to a runner.
Oh yeah, you need all that too.
Sucking wind.
Yep.
You're sucking wind as it is.
No doubt, dude. No. So can you tell me a little bit about the guitars and lasers show I see on Instagram and stuff, dude? Cause, it looks awesome and it looks like high energy too. It just looks like a lot of fun. And I haven't seen it in person, but I'm kind of curious about what you do exactly.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing guitar for honestly about as long as I've been running.
Yeah.
It was in middle school when I discovered Kiss, and my uncle was like, "Hey, Shawn, there's this band Kiss. I can play some of their stuff. Let me show you some of the stuff on guitar." It just blew my mind. I was like,
whoa,
14. Yeah, and I was just I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing, and so I picked up a guitar shortly after that. So I started running around then too. So it was
just running around playing the guitar.
Yep, I actually want to make a music video where the video is of me during a performance, but then the solo cuts to me running or biking while playing a song or something stupid.
Yeah,
totally stupid.
There's some dude just running beside you with a GoPro recording.
Don't worry.
Hey, and he's got a strobe light in his hand too. So
some guys got laser pointers, and other guys vaping to give me the fog and stuff.
That'd be cool,
boy.
Man.
Anyway,
sorry.
No, it's good. I like that riffing. Now it's literally pun riffing.
Yeah,
guitar riffing.
Boom. Yeah.
First pun of the night. Keep track of those.
So it's fast forward to now. I mean, are you playing bars or clubs or what's going on with that? I mean,
at this point, anybody will have me because the stuff I'm doing it's kind of weird for Rockford because Rockford, there's a very small music scene.
Yes,
primarily God, somebody's listening to this and they're in the music scene. They're like, "You're an idiot." But I feel like it's metal bands and cover bands.
Mm-hmm.
And there are obviously other factions of bands, but I don't fit anywhere.
No, it's
all
huge
instrumental.
Cover, yeah.
You know, and
so yours is all
fine.
instrumental.
It's all instrumental stuff. It's obviously really guitar based. It's loud. It's fast. I don't play slow songs. There's no downtime in my show. I go from like song to song to song to song.
So you're just moving. I mean,
I'm moving the whole time, and it's like
that's
it's
a workout, dude.
And I got the lasers and the fog and all these lights and shit.
You don't have a seizure, huh? You haven't had a seizure up there?
Luckily. Well, I wear welding goggles every now and then that go with the look of the. Well,
and they serve a purpose too.
They do, because you can't see through them. So luckily, I've got these 2 huge strobe lights pointed right at my face.
Yeah, I saw one of the videos. Yeah.
Yep, and it's just like I don't think I close my eyes, but I think I look up when I hit the strobe lights, and it's just like it's so blinding. But it's for the show. Like I want to put on a cool show. Nobody puts on a show other than a few bands here.
And that's the thing. Those cover bands are covering someone else's song. And I don't mean, I'm not like hating on them or dissing them, but they're just taking someone else's material and they're just playing the music. There's not a show. There's no entertainment there except for the song.
Yep.
That's it. Like yours, on the other hand, is this guy, high energy. He's moving around. There's tons of light, smoke, everything. It's going crazy up there. And like yours is actually a workout where I imagine your arms are probably like dead afterwards. Your fingers are probably
hurt a little bit. Yeah. But it's the show that I wish I could see. That's kind of the thing I put out. It's like,
right. I gotta be the guy.
I'll be the martyr right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few bands in town they do a pretty sweet show. Like they put effort into their image, which is really cool. But dude, majority of them is just like, and if you guys are listening, like, kick up your show.
Yeah, you're right. They're like, hey, you guys want to hear that song by so-and-so? Yeah, let's do it. And then the whole crowd's drunk, so like, I know the words, I can sing with it.
They don't have to be that good, truthfully.
Yeah.
Like, because, it's usually in a bar. Usually.
Yeah, we're not dissing anybody or saying anything. It's just
this is how it is. Like, I've been in the music scene for as long as I've been running.
I mean, dude, you don't have to be talented to write new raps.
Nailed it.
So I mean... Yeah, and I'm not, like, again, not hating on anyone, but I'm just saying that
it's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, there's trends that things that catch on, and for some reason, some things take longer or whatever. But actually, it's a good thing you have the welding goggles on, because if you get stage fright or nervous, you can't even see people in front of you.
I can't see.
It's just like you're playing at home.
Well, I got the 2 strobe lights in front of me and 2 black lights, and if you've ever stared straight at a black light, you can't see anything around you because it gives you that like really weird purple haze, Jimi Hendrix pun. Here we go. Number 2.
Yeah.
Pun number 2. Write it down. And it's like you just can't see anything anyways. And I used to wear sunglasses on stage, and I've had some things happen in life that just kind of brought me out of my comfort zone. So now I don't give a shit if there are 4 people in front of me or 4,000. I would love to play 4,000 people. But I'm just not scared anymore, So it's just like, why wear the goggles? Look cool with like my industrial vibe, but I don't wear them often. And
well, I see some of the photo shoots you did too are real cool.
Kind of that industrial vibe. I'm huge into science fiction stuff, like the Alien movies, Blade Runner, just the kind of really gritty, just not friendly, futuristic movies. Star Wars I couldn't really give a shit about. But
you watch Black Mirror?
No.
Oh, I heard that was supposed to be decent. I haven't watched it, but
a lot of cool things about that show.
Yeah.
I've never. No,
it might be up your alley, but I don't know.
Maybe
because I heard there's kind of there's a dark hint to that, and it's set in the future too. So
some technology, technological advances, and all that stuff. But, I don't know, like Blade Runner 2049 though. Like I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Is it a must watch?
It's a must watch. It comes out on DVD on the 16th. I'm sorry, Blu-ray on the 16th. I'm not a paid spokesman for whatever company.
Yeah. Blu-ray, yeah. What's a DVD again? No. That's funny, dude. Yeah. So with it being a new year, I'm going to switch topics here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But did you make any specific resolutions for 2018?
I never make resolutions.
Okay.
Ever.
Right. It's
a lifestyle. It's not.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because I mean, I make goals sometimes, for certain things, but like as far as a fitness resolution or something, I want fitness to be my life, or a part of it, like a big part. Like smart choices. I saw, he brought a little food here, and I saw it's all real food. It's nothing in a box that's, says throw in the microwave or whatever.
Yep.
It's all real. That's just that's a lifestyle, dude. Like, you don't even think about that probably. That's just something you do all the time, right? Without even.
Yeah. I don't even think about it.
Yeah. I feel so bad for people that don't know where to start even, what do I do? Can you go to the grocery store with me and take me through this and that? I'm like, dude, go to the produce section and buy all your groceries there for once, right? And try
Shop
that.
on the outside perimeter of the store where stuff goes bad. You want your food to go bad.
You want it to have an expiration date, right? a really close one, too.
Yep, exactly. Not like March 9th of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I spend all my time at Woodman's. I don't know where you shop.
I go to Woodman's.
I go all the way around the outside, and then I go down one aisle if I want pasta sauce. So I'm going to have pasta that week. Maybe I'll get pasta sauce, and that's the only aisle in the middle I'll go down. That's it, dude.
Fair. I've got a lot of work to do on my diet. I take pride in my diet, but I also don't really starve myself with things. I love going down the crackers and cookie aisle.
Mm-hmm. Chips. Oh, yeah.
I'll preface this by saying, cookies, I love cookies, but Matt's cookies are the only cookies I eat. They're in the top shelf at Woodman's, and they come in this plastic wrapped bag or little container, and there are, I think, 7 ingredients.
That's not bad for a cookie, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, I love cookies, but this is the only one I eat, and it's... Yeah. I don't believe in starving myself of certain things. I said, I take pride in my diet, but there are things where I'm just I like them too much.
Yeah, you gotta indulge, man.
I do, and it's not every day. But it's one of those things I'd go crazy if I'm calorie counting or making sure my food is all from like I was saying, the perimeter. I have to have crunchy stuff. I eat. Eating is a chore where I can't it takes so much work to plan meals. You got to have something. It.
Yeah, you just got to enjoy some of it, though, right?
I do want to enjoy some.
You can't, because if it becomes a chore, you might rebel sometime and be like, you know what? I'm eating all Twinkies and donuts because I've been good the last few years.
And see, that's the problem. People think I'm going to treat myself. Don't treat yourself to crappy. That is doing.
That's not treat. Yeah,
that's a disservice.
Yeah,
I'm going to treat myself by going and buying something new. That's not treating yourself. That is, again, it's a disservice. You're taking away your money, you're taking away your health by indulging, and it's the system we live in. We're you got to treat yourself.
Yeah, you got to indulge. Here's
sinful.
Some. Yep.
No.
Yeah, here's some ice cream. Indulge. Here's some blah blah blah. Yeah.
It's frustrating, but you gotta You're into training people. I'm not, so I don't.
That's hard.
I used to. It is. That was one of the hardest things about training people is because we get asked what do you eat? That doesn't work. We have to. I'm not a registered dietitian.
First of all, I'm not a nutritionist, dietitian, none of that, right? All you're allowed to do as a trainer is give suggestions.
Absolutely. Or this is what I eat. I'm not saying that what I eat works for you, and that's just so hard to because I want to go into the diet part of things.
I want to be hey, it will work for you. But I can't. You can't.
But I
say that.
Oh man. So frustrating.
Yeah, I promise. Real food. Yep. With very few ingredients or just real whole food will work for you, but I can't say that. So disclaimer here, it works for me.
Yep. The thing that I do tell people though is if you're looking at the ingredient list and it's blurry because it's such fine print and there's don't even think about it's not food.
Yep. Or if you can't pronounce the ingredients, right?
Totally.
I don't. What is this word? Put it back.
It doesn't matter if you have to ask me what word that is.
Yeah.
That's not food.
I mean, unless you're. Unless you have a hard time reading, but I mean, and then
we went there.
Yeah, but at that point,
man.
Oh,
well, actually, I do want to say one of my secret weapons for training, nutrition-wise, has been beet juice.
Yeah,
straight beet juice because it's loaded with nitrates, which open up the blood vessels. Same thing,
especially for an endurance athlete or anything like that. That's huge. Yeah,
and all the oxygen. It's actually the same thing that. Viagra is made out of.
Yeah,
straight nitrates.
Dude, there you go.
Not
and you know about the.
Around with,
yeah, right.
But
yeah, throbbing around town, but you're.
How am I supposed to run with this? No, but beet juice is and don't get the beet juice that's cut with apple juice. Just straight beet juice. It tastes like sugary dirt.
Yeah.
But it's so awesome. And
Do you eat beets too?
I don't.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you last time I ate beets.
Dude, I just bought some at Woodman's today.
Yeah.
Once a week I try to eat beets too. I mean,
I'll probably try them.
yeah, do it, dude. I mean, you got to get some good ones. The last few times they were like they were tiny, like little cloves of garlic, but usually they should be about like the size of an apple or something, or a small orange. They're good, dude. Yeah, for sure. Cut them up, throw some coconut oil on them, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but no, just a tip. But I mean, that's what works for me. Sorry. Yes. Right. That's what I like. There it is.
Bring it back around. Oh boy, yeah, I was almost going to take your advice, but it works for you.
No, I mean, I don't know if you'll like it, but I do.
It works for me.
That's what you got to say. Sorry. Man. So how do you get opening your obviously opening your blood vessels? All that's huge to help you push through. Having that extra blood, that extra oxygen. But I mean, mentally, how do you keep pushing, dude? Because I mean, there are times for anyone where you just want to give up. Absolutely. Or you're halfway through. What is it that drives you? What makes you keep going?
It's funny you brought that up. I was listening to you and Jackie talk in episode 5 about motivation and stuff. And it's, I got to thinking while I was listening to that, and it's like, I can't, it's like describing how to breathe.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Some people, it's so ingrained that you don't even have to think about it, right? Yeah.
Totally. And it, I get it a lot. Like, how do you run in this? Isn't it cold? It's like, yes, yes, yes. But
when it's hot, it's hot. When it's cold, it's cold. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, well, I have a choice today. Like I don't. How big are my goals? And because the goal, that Olympic trials race in 2020 is going to happen no matter what. Yeah, the world's still spinning if you go or not. Yep. And people don't get that. It's like I could not train for it. Yeah, that's fine. But do I want to train for it and show up ready and be there and compete? Yes. So do I have a choice? No. It's cold. Yeah, I ran 7 miles today, and I was underdressed. Like 1 in the afternoon. It's cold. It's blowing snow. I was kind of dumb. I didn't check the weather, but I was like, well, I'm out here. I might as well do the best I can.
Get her done.
Here. Exactly.
Right?
And I got it done. It was a good run. I had some really hard workouts the last couple of days, and
you just get after it, man. Right?
You have to.
It. Yeah.
Like I said, if the goal, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
Okay.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
If the goal doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Yeah. Then
I said that earlier, and that's one of the biggest things. Like trials? Are you kidding? Like I just stuttered because I'm like, there's a little fear behind that.
That's
man.
Big, man.
Like,
I mean,
I have to run a half mile in 1 minute and 48 seconds to get to the trials. That's a half mile.
That's booking, right?
That's stupid. And it's I'm not saying it's stupid fast as in like I can't do it, but I'm training hard and I'm I know I can do that, but still like that number, half mile in 1 minute 48 is just like that haunts me.
Yeah. And how do you I'm going to get off topic, but I'll come back to this, but how do you actually get chosen or get picked to even get to the trials? How does that work? Like do you have to apply years in advance, or is there I've done some research, and I've got a coach who's a stud runner. He would never tell you it, dude. He was a stud. I'm actually going to blast him right now. He was a couple years older than us. He was in his mid-30s, and I think if I remember correct, Andy, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but he was number 2 in the world in the indoor 500. Wow.
Which is, he would never tell you that. But I've been, I kind of pick his brain with certain things. And, my cousin actually went to the Olympic trials a couple years ago in the 5,000, 10,000, and the marathon. And I've been meaning to, like, get a hold of her and be like, how does the process work? But what I have to do is, I believe from January to June of 2020, I have that period of time to run the qualifying time of, 148 or 146, depending upon, because it's the B standard of 148. Mm-hmm. A standard is 146.
Yeah.
A standard, they pay for you to go to the trials. B standard, you got to pay your own way. I'm shooting for B standard now just because A standard is that's like a world elite for, the U.S. But you got to run that time. Hope that you have run that time with, 31 other guys. And I believe it's the top 32 times in the country at that time go to the trials in late June. Wow. So I believe it's going to be top 32 in the country at that time between January and June. Again, I got to do some research on how, but my goal right now is just train my ass off. And, when January comes around 2020, light it up.
Yep. And are you worried about nerves at all with that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of...
Dude,
because you do the run you're doing like every day, and now it's like all of a sudden just going through the regular run that you do all the time, but with other people there are higher stakes.
It's nerve-wracking. I took about a year off of running. I'd like to get into some of the crap that's happened in the last couple of years, after this, but I took a year off of running from, I believe, 2016 all of 2015 to halfway through 2016. Just took it off because, like I said, there was some stuff that I just had to process. And so April of this year,
Or 2017?
April of 2017, I just got back into running, didn't do any training. I showed up for a 2-mile race downtown Rockford. My anxiety just kicked in overdrive, and I had a panic attack 3 minutes before they fired the gun. Collapsed, blacked out, collapsed onto the pavement, got up, won the race.
Wow.
So I just
that's kind of cool, right?
It's
just what I do, guys.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm the first 2-3 minutes of that race, I was fuzzy. I wasn't seeing straight because I just gotten up off the pavement. So the anxiety of racing is the most anxiety-ridden thing I do. It's the most stressful thing I've ever done.
Yeah, and it's the thing you love the most, right?
And it's just it's like a drug addiction, man.
Yeah, it's probably just the build up, and then once you're in it, you're like, oh, I do this all the time.
Exactly.
This is easy, right? That's how it is, man. Oh, that's how competing is. When I do jiu-jitsu or anything like that.
Totally.
Oh, you're like, I can barely breathe, and this match hasn't even started. Then all of a sudden, halfway through, you're like, I'm gonna choke this dude out. This is easy.
Yep. It's almost like the first half of your match or my race. It's like it doesn't happen, and then something clicks in your brain's like, oh yeah, we're here. We're doing really well.
Yep. Let's finish. Right?
Yep. And then you finish, and you're just on this huge high when you get done. You're like, holy, I just conquered some major anxiety.
Yeah.
And did awesome.
Yeah.
But dude, the anxiety is I'm actually kind of nervous right now.
Just thinking about it now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little jittery.
Don't pass out, dude.
Yeah.
You guys hear a
Too
thud.
Soon. Yeah. He just passed out.
It's funny.
Yeah, but dude, the anxiety of it is high, but that's not going to stop me. I'm not going to let that stuff stop me. I'm going to charge the anxiety and charge the stress.
You have to. I mean, like you said, that's part of the motivation and the discipline. I mean, you have to remain disciplined and keep moving forward because the world's still spinning.
It's still going to go. I don't want to get thrown off the spinning planet. I want to run while the planet's spinning.
Yep.
I'm not going to cower because I'm scared. Shit, I'm scared shitless with half the stuff I do.
Oh yeah,
that's not gonna stop me,
dude. Half the stuff I do just throughout the day, it's scary. It's
totally. I don't want to leave the house half the time.
Yeah, hey, driving a car is dangerous. I mean, if you really break it down,
Break, is that a pun?
Yeah, right. There we go.
Number 3.
Dude, but seriously, I mean,
man. No, you're right.
So what happened? Or do you not want to?
No, I love talking about it.
For that year and a half, you were off. What happened?
Well, I went through a period, and I don't tell this stuff all the time, and I don't bring it up to gain sympathy. It's more or less a tool that I've used to get through stuff and realize that I'm way stronger than I really think I am. Things are okay, but 2012 I got married. 2014 in October. My wife and I at the time, we moved to Indiana. A month later, she wanted to get a divorce.
Oh.
We're in Indiana with no family, no friends, and I'm just like...
You got no backup plan. You got nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
So, there's that divorce looming. And, the divorce wasn't even the worst of it. It was, the shit of being in Indiana alone for 11 months and 11 days.
Huh.
I was counting.
That's a lucky number. If you see that time on the clock, you're supposed to make a wish, I guess.
I made a wish for something.
You got out of there, right?
Yeah, it was rough, but it was being in Indiana alone. That December after we talked divorce, a month later, it was just one of the worst periods of my life. And then in July of that next year, 2015, I'm still in Indiana. It's my birthday, July 7th. I turned 30. I go to work as I was a personal trainer at the time, And a friend of mine walked into the gym, old guy, came back from running. I was like, hey, Trevor. He didn't say anything to me. Went to the drinking fountain, and I turned back around to go, work with my client.
Trevor, I said hi, dude.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. Like, dude, what? Because he's normally just really loud, short guy, loud, old, just says whatever he wants. Didn't say shit to me. So I was thinking, like, okay, whatever. And I turn back around, and he goes stiff as a board, and like just collapses right onto his face. And I rush over to him, and he ended up dying, like in my arms. I'm holding this guy, a friend of mine, as he dies, and we get some more help. And I have CPR training at the point, or at this point.
You have to.
I have AD training. Yep. Yeah, you have all this stuff. I forgot everything.
Man!
I'm staring at my friend who's just died. I've got my hand on his wrist, like taking his pulse. It's not there, and he goes like, he went gray. Like you hear people go gray.
Yeah.
And his,
you don't know it until you actually see it, right?
And I saw it, and I was just like, his eyes rolled back, and then right as we were about to shock him with the AED, he came back to life, and like, it wasn't him dying that was the worst part. It was the noises and like the body fighting to come back to life. It's one of the most horrible things I've ever seen. Obviously, I'm glad he's alive because he's good, he's fine. But that was my 30th birthday. I'm going through a divorce. The divorce said like,
Trevor didn't even say hi to you.
Yeah, like, dude, come on.
And then
I'm having a rough time. You didn't say hi.
You just dropped dead in my arms. Come on, dude.
Let me hanging. And that was like 10:30 in the morning. I didn't have anything to do the rest of the day, so I'm just sitting there.
Think about that.
And I was home.
Oh, no.
And then 2 months later, to the day, I was here in Rockford. This isn't a good advertisement for Rockford, but I was here, and I got. I don't know if I told you or you found out, but I got mugged in my mom's driveway. In the house, you've been to that house.
Yeah.
Over on Pelham.
Yeah, that's not even
not that bad of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
I got out of my truck. It was midnight on the nose, and I got pistol whipped right in the face.
What in the world?
I got mugged. And I swear all this stuff has a point. I'm getting to it here in like a minute, but I got 3 guys jumping me. One guy's got the gun on me. The other guy's trying to like steal my truck and all the shit in my truck. And they got my stuff. I'm laying on the ground, blood covering my face. I'm laying staring at the house. The guy's got the gun on me, and again, this is the whole point. I checked out and was completely ready to die. I was ready. I was at peace. I wasn't scared. I was just like, this is it. I'm staring at my childhood home. I'm on the driveway laying face down where my dad and I used to play like basketball and shoot free throws. Now I'm covered in blood and I'm going to die. And then they just left. And I heard them leave, and I'm just like, duh, what?
What happened? Yeah.
So I stood up, and I was just like, it was at that moment where I checked out. But then I think it was also me checking in, like, because everything changed at that moment.
Yeah, you stop worrying about what everyone thinks, stop worrying about outcomes.
That's the point I was getting to. It was just like, I'm not discrediting my event here. Other people have faced just way worse stuff, but I think everybody's event, whatever that may be, is equally traumatic as the next person. My mugging might be just as traumatic as somebody like losing a tire in the middle of the road while they're driving. Whatever.
Yeah, or someone losing a parent, or a friend. It
doesn't matter. It's trauma is so good for you if you let it be. And like I said, I checked out at that moment, and everything changed. I wasn't dead.
Your attitude,
because I was ready to die. It's like, how do you?
And then did you think about what did I leave behind too? I'm ready to die, and there's so much more I should have done. Now all of a sudden you're got another chance to live. You're like, I'm doing all that shit.
That's exactly what happened. My mind shifted and like, okay, and it wasn't purposeful. It wasn't like, all right, today I changed my mind on how I think things. No, it's like I stared death in the face for the most part, I guess. I don't know. And here I am, and everything got erased. Everything behind me did not matter. What mattered entirely what was going on in front of me, and not even in the future, but just like this moment. And that's when I just, I started training for the Olympic trials in 2012, and I wanted to run the 2016 trials, but all that stuff happened, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing the trials.
Oh man, a divorce can break someone completely.
I was never that close to suicide in my life. in Indiana. And
and you were alone. You didn't have anyone there. You didn't have friends, family. You just had Trevor, and he's okay now, right? By the way, I won't hear like cracking jokes like he's fine now, right? Okay,
yeah.
like
all that, like
what in the world?
All that happened in 9 months, and that changes someone, and the talking about the trials is like that's cool. That's a cool thing I do. I'm really proud of that. I don't go around gloating and boasting about it, but it's the attitude I have approaching the trials. Like I'm going to be 33, and I have a race in 13 days. I have my first track meet in 3 years. In 13 days, I'm going to be 14 years older than some of these kids. I'm running college meets, and I just can't wait. Just like I got a twitchy eye and I've got gray hair. So I'm like, dude, I'm divorced. And
man, I've been through it all. I've been through the ringer, boy.
Yep, and I love that, like that edge, that mental edge, and I think that's another part of motivation and training is whatever mental edge you can get, and utilize the trauma and the shit you've been through. That stuff is such a valuable tool, and I think it breaks a lot of people because they're not too scared to approach it, but they might not know how. Yep. And it's just like, dude, you gotta take this stuff.
Yeah, these younger people don't have the life experiences, period, and the only way to get that is by living it. And so that's one thing you've got on everyone, man, is you got the knowledge, you've got the experiences. I mean, same thing when I compete. The adult bracket starts at 19 years old up to, depending on what tournament you're at, up to 35. So I'm like on the old end too. I'm going against like 19-year-old kids, and sometimes that's not good because they've got like a gas tank that never quits. They never get tired. Sometimes that works in your favor because you've got a lot of knowledge on them and you're more comfortable, this and that. So yeah, I get it, dude, totally. And there's something that they don't have, and that's the life experience.
I love that. Yeah, because you're right. A younger body can easily outperform us. Technically, we're old guys. Like in what we do in our sports, we're kind of on the old side, and I'm fine with that. But what they don't have, like you said, is that experience, that old man strength, that grit.
Yeah, the guy you worked your 8 or 10 hours today, and you still trained, and you did this, you did that. These guys haven't had to do that yet. They're still living with their parents. Meals all made. All they have to worry about is training.
They go to school, which I'm not discrediting what they do. That's not the point. No, it's just we have an edge.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually they have it made. I wish I could go back to that, but I'm just saying they haven't had to actually grind it out, yet. So that's kind of a benefit you have coming in as an older person, and too, as long as you play your cards right, and play to that.
Totally, and not let it, because it could break. I mean, I could have easily, killed myself or turned to unhealthy habits.
Yeah, you could have started. Dude, people when they go through something like that, pick up a lot of different drugs, drug habits. I mean, here like all the prescription drugs too, which my goodness, that whole industry I am so like against too, because you go to the doctor and be like, oh, I'm going through a divorce. Can I get a little something to feel better about? They'll prescribe you something.
They love it.
Yeah, and dude, you get hooked on that. You'll have to take that just to sleep. You'll have to take that to get up for work, and you'll just be a zombie all the time. Oh, I'm fine, yeah.
And not into that.
Yeah, and that stuff is so bad. It's so bad.
The body is an amazing tool if you, sharpen it and oil it and treat it well. It's going to break down, but how well do you rebuild it? Do you give it an overhaul? And that's what I feel like the mugging did. That mugging just overhauled me entirily, and I wouldn't change that for a minute.
Well, I was just going to say, you might actually be thankful. I mean, in a way that it happened.
I'm thankful for everything that happened, the last couple of years, and it kind of, it doesn't really choke me up thinking about it, but it's more or less just like I am so fortunate. I don't feel blessed. I don't like to use the word blessed, but I'm fortunate. I think for my parents too, because they helped me through a lot. They raised me really well, and I think have used the tools they've given me very well. I've obviously done a lot of it on my own, but if you have the tools, use them. Don't let them rust, man. Do what it takes to maintain them, and whatever that is. Like it doesn't have to be trauma. It doesn't have to be your parents. It could be whatever you want it to be. Apply it to what's ever relevant. Don't let it break you down. Like I said, I could have gone down a terrible path.
Yeah, it's, like you said, it's so easy. It's just having that toughness, not so much physical, but the mental toughness is what that will is going to push past anything that your body can do. You know, there's crazy stories of people, you know, lifting cars up off of people and they're not strong. Like that person's not going to go to the gym and bench press some world record, but at that exact moment, his mind was set on doing this exact thing, and you know, it's just crazy.
It worked out.
Yeah,
everything aligned.
Yeah, the human body is capable of so many things if the mind is you know, along for the ride and not fighting it.
Yep.
You know, like a lot of people.
The mind is the pilot, and I don't think a lot of people think about that. That's the hardest part of training, as you probably know. Like, you know, like I said, that episode 5 you guys were talking about, like, you don't want to get up at 4:30 and do this stuff,
especially when it's cold out. Right?
It's unbearable.
Yeah,
but do you want to? Do you want to compete? Do you want to perform really well?
Do you want to?
Yes.
Do you want to feel well?
That's a good point.
Right?
Good
do you want to be alive? Do you want to live? I mean, some people are you know, hey, I got this disease, that disease, and you know, I could take a pill and it might get better, or I could just, the doctor said I could move around and exercise, but I don't have time for that. But you have time for TV, you have time for this, you have time
priorities, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, goes back to your, you know, what do you want to do? Put it in your head and do it. Right? You know,
it is kind of that easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people would probably disagree with me on that, but I don't really care. I do find it that easy, where it's like, do you want to do this? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It's that black and white.
Yeah. Do you want to look a certain way? Okay. This is how you do it. Do you want to feel a certain way? This is how it happens. You know, do you want to compete? Do you want to train? Do you want to blah, blah, any of this? You got to do it. That's it. That's all there is, man. There's 24 hours in the day. We all have the same. Yeah. You got 24. I got 24.
Yep.
I got kids, which makes it even harder, but I still do it every day, you know.
How bad do you want it? Like what, you know, as you probably know, through competing and through even losing, like the opportunity, the fact that you get to compete, like that's still awesome.
Yeah. Just
why would you not like you have to, I got to train for the Olympics to feel like I'm doing something. That's not what I'm saying. You know, you got to compete in jiu-jitsu at a high level. That's not what it's like. Pursue something. Doesn't matter what that is. If you want to be the best crocheter on your block, whatever.
Yeah.
Do it.
Seriously.
Why not?
You want to be a power lifter. You want to do this, that, man. Just do it. Find a hobby and do that. You know, stay off the couch, dude.
Totally.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the couch.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been just...
But I feel like I kind of earn the couch sometimes.
Right. That goes back to the food thing, right?
And recovery. Yep. Like, I need to treat myself.
Yeah.
You train hard, eat hard, sleep hard. That's my motto. Where it's just like you and recover hard.
Speaking of recovery, dude,
yes.
do you do any ice bath or sauna, any of that stuff too for recovery, or have you dabbled in that? Maybe.
Absolutely. I took an ice bath a couple weeks ago, and if you go to my Instagram, Laser Guitar, you'll see a picture of.
I thought I saw. Yeah, yep. I thought I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, the worst part of the ice bath are the feet.
Oh, really?
Oh, I have to wear 2 pairs of socks. I can't do the feet, but I love ice baths. I'll usually take one of those after a hard, like track session, not a long run, because you know it constricts the blood vessels, and after a long run, you depleted everything. But like a track session, which is essentially a lifting session. Yeah. You know, it keeps the inflammation down so that your muscles can repair themselves when the blood comes back. And then I follow it up with just the hottest shower I can take for 15 minutes.
Because a lot of people will do that. Then hop in the sauna or something too, right?
I miss the sauna so much. Totally. That's one thing I miss about the Y. You know, is that sauna. It was pretty gnarly in there sometimes.
Yeah, there's some stuff that happens in there I don't quite get.
Things I've seen that I don't want to recollect.
Can't unsee any of those. Man. Just some very comfortable fellas hanging out, right?
Plenty of them.
Yeah. Hey, what's up there, Bill? You ever notice, like, not going too far into it, but like they're no clothes on, their towel is around their neck. Yep. Like, you can't wrap that around your waist and
or at least sit on it.
Yeah, they get. I'm gonna sit on this, and they're just hanging out. Like, you walk in. I walked in the locker room at another gym in town there, and there's just a gentleman with one leg up on the bench, drying off down there, just letting everything hang out. I'm like, dude, is this for real? Like, you got to wonder if they're doing it on purpose to make you uncomfortable.
You know, truthfully, like, are they like? My thought that I
maybe they get off on it.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah,
I think some of it's a social experiment. Like, part of me thinks like these guys are brilliant scientists, and they're performing a social experiment just to see
I hope, man.
That's my justification. That makes me feel better about it.
Yes.
Instead of being like, dude, this guy is like,
he just
this shit's
either
in
that
my
or you
face.
know what? Maybe he got mugged, went through a divorce, and he's at that point in his life where he doesn't
give a
care.
shit.
Yeah.
He stared death in the face, so I got to stare him in the face.
Yeah, you do too. You definitely
man.
look at the face.
Eye contact.
Look down. Right. Okay.
Oh God!
All right, I get it.
I don't miss the sauna for that. How about that? There's the segue.
Yeah.
I don't miss the sauna for that, but I miss the sauna for the recovery.
Yeah, I miss
And
being alone in the sauna. Right?
Yeah, totally. And reading the paper.
Sure. Yeah,
But
sure, man.
recovery is super important. One of my favorite things to do is when I get home from a run, put on take a shower, put on some compression socks.
Yeah.
And elevate. Elevating my feet is probably one of the most comfortable things I can do.
Just on the couch.
Yep. Put on my running tights. I wear short tights, just above the knee length tights to run in, and I wear running tights when I, if it's cold out. But just that feeling of clothing that's super, it's a tight feel. Everything feels aerodynamic and even just more comfortable.
Yeah.
I love just relaxing in running tights.
Okay.
And a long sleeve t-shirt, putting the feet up, eating something, maybe slightly unhealthy, but just
well, I mean, that's part of
bringing the
recovery,
mind
though.
back
Just
into it.
getting
Exactly,
calories in you. I mean, right?
Whatever it takes. You got a 30 to 90 minute window after a workout to really
maximize. Yeah,
Yep.
that's important. And what's funny is people get confused with the order of importance, because that is important. But I think the most important thing is making sure you're eating good food.
Yes.
And so just getting the proper nutrients is important. And then if you want to step it up, nutrient timing, right? I mean, because if you're eating just junk and no nutrient-dense food, it doesn't matter what time you eat it. You're failing, right?
Totally.
But if you got, first of all, you got to get your food in check. And then after that, now let's work on what time you're eating that
window.
Right?
That window is so important.
Yep.
And I get a little anxious if it's beyond a half hour.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. If you got something to do right away or whatever. It's just
make sure you bring something with you,
something,
right?
That's what I've got here. I've
bag,
got organic cinnamon graham crackers. I've got an apple and 2 bananas.
Yep.
And I don't care about the graham crackers. It's processed for the most part, but they're organic.
Yeah, but all the rest of it's real.
Yep.
I mean, dude.
I need that crunchy. That crunchy feeling is so good.
Hey, and it's what works for him. He's not telling you
exactly. I'm not telling you what to do. It works for me.
That's funny.
That's so. That is funny though.
Was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
We got a pretty good time here.
Hey, we got a few minutes. Whatever you want, man. Is there something else?
I mean, that was really about it. I think. Oh, the other big thing was Instagram.
Oh man, social media. Yep.
Yeah.
Facebook
boy.
and Instagram, or just Instagram, or both?
I think just Instagram. It's a dangerous place.
Yeah.
There are 2 things I want to cover just real quick, but Instagram. The quote that I read that I just love is "Perfection is a fool's paradise." And on Instagram, everybody's perfect.
Oh man,
it's such a dangerous thing, and then that becomes the barometer, the measurement for oh my god, my life sucks.
Yeah,
I have
look
a
at this
photographer
dude
following me around.
Yeah,
jeez, it's
a lot of those fitness people that they got literally professional photographers going to the gym with them. They have everyone doing all the editing afterwards. What you're seeing is not even what the
it's
person
not real.
probably. Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't think a lot of people get that, and I see right through it. It's just such. You
can be watching one of those videos and you're like, all right, dude, give me a break.
I get it.
Yeah.
And the thing that just fries me is when some guy or girl posts some really glamorous picture of themselves and they look great, and it's obviously just hey, look at my body. That's all this picture says. But then they give some motivational quote hey, get today, crush today. Today is the only thing that matters. Get today. But it's just, if they said hey, look at my body, isn't it awesome? I would have more respect for them.
It'd be
because
more
they're
authentic.
Not, exactly. It's not hey, Monday's here, let's get the week.
Motivational Monday. And that's, what's so messed up with that is it's become the standard now. You have to do that. Because Jackie, she trains people and she'll get online clients, and then she noticed recently in the last month or so, she stepped up the Instagram and kind of did a similar thing to what a lot of those other Instagram models are doing, And literally her following goes way up. All these people buy into this shit. I'm like, dude, this is like, and she even says it when she's doing it herself. Like, she's like, I feel so stupid doing this.
I know, and you feel so self-absorbed.
Yeah, she's like, I hate it. I hate taking these pictures. I hate posting this, but it's like, how does it go? That saying, but man, I just drew a blank. But anyways, it's more about whatever gets people looking. It's not everyone is attracted to. Oh my God, I am drawing a blank. Just forget I started saying that.
This is what works for him.
But yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, it's not always what works isn't always what you like or whatever. You know what I mean? It works because that's what the masses like. And I'm not calling people dumb, but I mean, there's certain celebrities out there that are really famous that have not actually done anything.
And idolized false idols.
Yeah,
is what it is.
They're idolized. Your kids are looking up to these people.
Totally.
And I don't know
For
if you
what?
know. Yeah, there's a family with a dad mom that actually the dad mom's the only one who did anything.
And he did it really well.
Yeah.
She did it really well.
Yeah, he was the only one with talent.
Yep.
And now, I mean, he's gone crazy in the head, obviously, probably from dealing with all these other.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that family. And the rest of them have done nothing. What have they done? And I don't know, but they're idolized. They're rich as shit, I don't get it, dude. Yeah.
And these last 2 points I want to bring up, Instagram and this other thing, kind of go hand in hand accidentally. But the other thing that I think a lot of people don't do is cut themselves slack.
Yeah.
They push so hard. It's interesting. These are the last 2 points.
Yeah.
And they go perfectly together because on Instagram you can't. There's no slack. There's no flub.
You gotta be perfect.
Absolutely. And it's such a dangerous thing to really take as the truth. And that's the hardest thing I battle with though is cutting myself some slack. Like on a day where last Wednesday when it was the weather was just awful. I didn't want to go running because I didn't want to slip and fall for a few miles and derail potentially my running career.
Yeah.
And I battled so hard. I'm like I just don't want to do it. It's not. And like I said, that slack is so hard.
Yeah, take a day off, right?
Exactly.
If you've been going consistently.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you have to have the consistency. It's not that you earn the recovery day. It's just you worked so hard that a recovery day, or even just an off day, maybe not even recovery, an off day isn't going to do much.
Yeah,
it's
it
almost
might
just
be
not
better.
There.
Yeah.
Exactly. I took that day off. Now I have maybe 7 extra miles in my legs in
I
my
feel
future.
Better. Yeah, I feel
and I felt great. I took Wednesday off, did an easy day Thursday or something, and then hit it hard Friday and yesterday, which is Saturday. And I've never done 2 workouts in a row, like 2 days in a row. With running, you just can't. Yeah. It's so hard on the body, and it was good, but cutting yourself some slack is it's one thing that it's okay to do. And honestly, it's just as important as training. Yeah, with body image, I think that's huge too. People might have a tiny bit of extra body fat somewhere, or they might not have the build that they see their favorite Instagram person or favorite celebrity have just yet. They're working towards it. I mean, another thing is progression, not perfection.
Absolutely.
That's same as slack, though. I mean, give it time, be patient, trust the process. It's gonna work. It's worked for everyone. It's gonna work for you. It takes time. Yeah, totally. It takes time, and if you need a day off, listen to your body. Right? Do you need it? Or in that day, I didn't really listen to my body. Not downplaying what you said, but yes, listen to your body. But at the same time, also listen to your surroundings. Like that was just not a good day to go run. Dude, you could have got hurt. I mean, and I didn't want to. Yeah. So I was listening more to my brain, being like, Shawn, don't be stupid. Yeah, don't go out for a couple miles. Yeah. Yeah. To add to my training log. Whoa. Yeah, cool. Whoa. You got that extra check, but now you broke your leg. Yep. Now you're off. You're done. Yeah. You're done. Well, that's true, man. I mean, that's huge. Give yourself slack. I like that because not enough people do that. I mean, especially in the digital world we live in. Oh, now. Totally. And it's perfect filter. There's pretty filters. There's blah blah blah. So many filters. There's different angles you can hold the camera at. There's there's Photoshop where actually there's this guy on Instagram that he busts out people that Photoshop like girls and stuff. Yes. And he's like, I stopped following him because he kind of just started going crazy, like annoying. I was like, all right, I'm done. But I should follow him again because it was funny. But he would check the backgrounds and you could see like around girls, around like their butts or something, where the wall was like wavy. Yeah, wavy. He'd be like, wow, that booty's so big, it's making the wall disfigured or something. I've seen that before. Yeah, he busts out these people all the time. It's like, now take note.
They're fake. That's why they look like that. That's not real, dude.
And don't, it's like I said, it's a dangerous world, especially for young kids that are impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the kids at middle school are probably the ones that are most like
they're just getting their smartphone.
Oh,
Boom,
man.
they go right.
I'm scared me.
I'm scared of that, dude. He finds chicks that got like steroids in the background or something too.
Yeah.
It's like, and he busts them out on there. I'm like,
Good.
dang, dude, like that's hilarious.
I love it because it's dangerous. It's a dangerous world to really take as the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Instagram, I don't take it seriously. I use it for, my music project, and that's it.
Yeah, I like that, and I'm surprised. Like that's another thing. You should have like a lot more followers because what you're doing is actually cool. Like I look at the pictures and the videos, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Why aren't like there thousands of people following this? Right?
I don't know how.
Because you got clothes on, dude, and you're a guy.
Oh, maybe that's
if you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, now you got some ideas.
There's an idea. Wheels are turning.
Caitlyn Jenner approach. Right?
Take clothes
when
off.
you're done with the running career, you just follow right in his footsteps.
Yep. That'll get me more followers.
Yeah, but seriously, I mean, or you get the people that follow you, hoping that you'll follow them back, and then they unfollow you. You're like, really, dude?
Thanks. That's all you wanted,
man. You're the man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing I'm doing is pretty cool. I understand it's not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not looking for 1 million followers just to be followed. It's like if you like my stuff, cool. Don't follow me out of obligation.
Yeah, right. I'm with you. But that, like you said, Instagram's dangerous. That Facebook, it isn't as bad really. I feel like there's a lot more families on there.
Yeah.
And there's everyone has clothes on there.
Yep. And all the grandparents like, I'm just on it to follow my children and the grandchildren.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I can't even get my grandparents on Instagram. They wouldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Wait, so you don't write anything? You just put a picture up?
Yeah. That's how self-absorbed we are.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to our generation.
Yep. And we just double click it because it looks cool, and we follow them so we can see a bunch more of their pictures that are photoshopped.
And next time I come over, Grandma, we'll talk about filters.
Yeah, right. Got to post a selfie with the puppy filter, right? That's everyone's favorite.
Oh my god, I hate it. Oh god.
So, all right, we can cut off there. That's good. Do you have anything else? Or is that the list right there? Is that it?
I think that was the list.
Okay, sweet. So you guys,
trauma.
Is that you good?
Well,
okay.
yeah, I was just looking over.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys do like any of the stuff we're talking about here, Shawn is on Instagram. It's just at Laser Guitar.
Yep, LASER.
Guitar, all one word, no underscore, nothing. Wow, he scored the first one. See?
I know. I was so blown away. I was just throwing like words together and Laser Guitar, and it came up. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's meant to be, dude. It's shot in the dark.
Lasers and guitars.
So if you're into lasers, guitars, running, I mean seriously though, the videos are cool, and I like them, and I don't have any bit of musical talent or understanding. I don't even hardly know how to work my mixer here for recording our audio. But follow him on there. He's on Facebook too, Shawn Williams. I'm sure there's not 1,000 other Shawn Williams on there.
I don't know. Right? SHAWN.
Yep.
But
so Williams isn't a common last name or anything.
Not even a little.
Yeah.
No.
And be on the lookout. 2020, man, he's coming for you. And then you know where to find me. If you like the podcast, please subscribe, leave a 5-star review or 5-star rating, and then a written review if you would, and tell your friends about it. Okay, Shawn, thanks for coming out, dude.
Joe, thanks for having me.
All right, bye.